All right, you guys. So here we are back for another episode of Andor. This is episode 5. So we've had a really good 4 episodes of Andor, something totally different for Star Wars, something a little more adult for Star Wars, with some very slightly hinted scenes at some adult action, some bedtime action, things of that nature. Nothing major at all. It is still Disney after all, but we are again getting something that's more of a deeper cut for Star Wars, and I'm really enjoying it. And I think the majority of the fans that I've interacted with are enjoying this series as well. It is a slow burn for sure. I think the format is basically 3 episodes complete a full arc with your introduction to the episode, and then more of the setup, and then you get your payoff in the 3rd episode. So if that holds true, we are in the 2nd episode of the 2nd arc for this particular series, which consists of 12 episodes. So again, it is a slow burn. It is more of a character-driven story, multiple characters, not just one. We're not just following Andor, and we're not just following Rebels. We're also following the Empire as well. We got a really, really good look at the ISB last week and how they kind of not only run the galaxy, but also it is goes on behind closed doors. The climbing of the ladder and knocking others off, or attempting to knock others off as you climb up the ranks, is what we're seeing with the Empire. It is a really, really good story so far, a really good setup to this potential heist that is being planned by Lutheran. Lutheran is basically hired Andor to handle this heist. I think it's 200 something thousand credits or something of that nature that he's offered him to do this heist. And he is now joined this ragtag band of rebels who are going to take the payroll from the Empire. So we basically got a heist arc that's going on right now. And I don't think we're going to get the payoff in this episode. Like I said, if things hold true, this will be more of the setup. We'll probably get a lot more of the Empire, a deeper look into the Empire, which is really interesting. So I do expect more of a character-driven story here, maybe a little bit slower for some action junkies' taste. But for me, and I am a Star Wars junkie, as you can see. It is really interesting to get a closer look, or a deeper look at not only the everyday people of the galaxy, but you're also getting a look at, again, a deeper look into the Empire, and then also the formation of the rebels and what it took to take down such a powerful entity such as the Empire. So I'm really enjoying this series. So let's go ahead and get into episode 5 of Andor here, guys. So this next episode is The Axe Forgets. It's about a 46-minute runtime for this particular episode. So we'll see what we get. Okay, so we're back with my man. His story has not ended. We're back with Karn here, and he's hurting. He is hurting bad. Sitting in his room.
Being a leader isn't that.
It's all there. Bill asked me to have a look. she's having second thoughts. Go talk to her if you want. She'll be up soon. You didn't come with much. That plus the bad arm strict there, you left wherever you were in a hurry. Corporate issue. Interesting. There's no sense being upset. You're lucky to be alive right now. We've been down here for months and the stakes are high. How's your arm?
I'll be fine.
And whose is this?
Didn't get a name.
You know what this means, don't you? Yeah, I saw your eyes go right to it.
Great, huh?
See, they don't know. I got no idea. What about this?
By the hand.
Huh.
Where were you?
Sequel. Youth Center. 3 years. I was 13 when I went in.
I never heard of it.
Oh, you didn't miss anything.
Mom Mothma,
Yeah.
we have the dinner party. So we're definitely going to get some setup with meet more of the senators.
Is Lida ready?
I'm not sure.
Where is she? Lida?
Lida.
Did you eat?
When would that have happened? Just came down.
Is that her daughter?
What? We need to be going.
Oh, change in plan. Dad. See? There you go.
Go where?
That's my point. It's all about you, isn't it? It's always all about you.
Is this really how you'd like to start the day?
I didn't choose this conversation.
I so appreciate the support.
Interesting. With her family. Didn't know she had a daughter. We didn't know she had a husband and didn't know she had a daughter.
Memorable, isn't it?
That's an odd one.
Old and true and sturdy. One of the best navigational tools ever built. Can't be jammed or intercepted. Something breaks, you fix it yourself.
Hard to learn.
So much to say, and all of it happened.
I told you we're going to get more with this young man.
That is the real trick, I think, of a thought machine. It's easier to hide behind.
So there's an adjusted thrust ratio to make it up the ramp.
Okay.
It's on an overhead rail.
Has to be.
So calibrating the weight.
What about
How would you do it?
how would I know the weight? Is this a test?
It's a simple question.
You don't know how to get it off the runway, do you?
We know how to fly it.
Yeah, but you gotta get it out there first.
Answer the question.
You really don't. Do you? You don't know how to get it out of there.
How do you input the weight?
You sure it's on the rail?
Yes.
It's mounted. It's ready to go. That's how they keep it. You're sure of that?
Yes, we're sure. Lieutenant Gordon is in there every day.
Okay. There's a load clutch. It's a big ugly handle just right next to the booster throttle. There's a gauge just below to read out the weight.
Why isn't this in the manual?
Because it's a custom job. It's an add-on. What were you gonna do if I wasn't here?
Might have been ugly, but we'd have figured it out.
We wanted to be sure.
No. Okay. I'll pilot.
No, you'll do as you're told.
I'm flying it. We can say it's your idea. I don't care, but if it's my ass on the line, I'm pulling this thing out of there.
Okay.
Okay.
Glenn. The tower yard. The dam. The garrison HQ and the barracks up top by the east end. The railroad tunnel.
The flight control tower. Objective number 1. The door at the base of the tower. The temple path. Now, the real thing has a downhill pitch, but the distance is right. And down there, where we'll be coming from. The old temple.
Got it.
And here it is.
What's this? Target practice. Where are they? This was to be cleaned up yesterday. Where are they?
Should be back soon, sir.
Back from where?
I believe they're in the tower, sir. Commandant's wife needed help moving furniture. Look into them.
I'll be back in an hour. Listen, better be well on its way, or I promise you, I'll be revisiting the schedule for winter furloughs. Clem, you're a sentry from the Al-Kenzi airbase transferred for special duty. Shoulders back.
My man, he's...
Captain Ziegler! You're taking the assignment. I was asking if this would do as your headquarters.
Could I be made prefect? The title, I know it doesn't come with extra pay. You can wear a ball gown if you like. Just get this up and running before my next staff meeting.
Wow, so they're setting up shop. They're setting up shop on his home planet.
Opened as we approach. Lieutenant Gordon. Again, a speed.
You should switch.
What?
He's left-handed. Should swap sides.
Why don't you get a handle on what we're doing here before you start making suggestions?
Why? Why switch sides?
Skin is left-handed. You want your weapon on the outside.
What am I?
Right-handed.
Tarmin?
Right.
Cinta?
Right.
Nemec?
Favors right, but shoots left.
Fine. Let's switch.
Oh, shit. Shit. Shit.
Go, 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 go!
It's gone.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's coming back around. Damn. Damn. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? Just moving your stuff. Don't. It was in the way.
Don't ever.
I thought you were checking the comms.
And then now they're leaving the they're on their way.
Because you know what'll happen.
Hey, what are you doing?
There we go. I knew it. I knew you were lying. I knew it. Look,
What is it?
Kyber. Sky Kyber. He's been hiding it.
Skiing?
Sky Kyber, look at it glow.
I warned you.
He comes here with nothing but the clothes on his back and a stone worth 30,000
If
credits.
you have a problem, you come to me.
Here I am. I've topped out on questions, Bill. I have reached my limit. He won't say why he's here, where he's from. He doesn't say what he believes in, and now this? Who brings a treasure to a robbery?
We don't have time for this.
I need to know who I'm riding with.
You know exactly who I am. And you know I'll kill you for it.
Okay, so I guess we know it's not a fake, huh?
It's your call.
Let's not go too far, Clem.
I just want what's mine.
Yeah, don't put me on the spot.
Enough! Everyone stands down. Everyone!
Stop it, bombing the ship in the valley.
Get your
backpacks up. Move. Put the weapon away. Give him the stone. You can kill each other later.
You'll be right where I am.
Tell yourself whatever you want.
We're okay. It's heading towards the garrison.
You'll stop. Move. You'll talk when we're safe.
I'm being paid. Paid to be here. You need to know? That's it.
What?
Yeah, I'm here for the money. You can't live with that? I'm not worth it? I'll walk away and wish you luck. But that's what it is. I don't want to walk in looking over my shoulder.
You knew this.
The choice was take him or call it off.
We thought. You should have told us days ago.
Maybe so.
It just would have been something else.
What's that mean?
The day before is always hard. Too much time to worry.
You think we're scared?
I know you are.
It's really only the money.
To take a risk like this? Come on.
Maybe you're the one that's afraid.
Of course I'm afraid. But there's a difference between fear and losing your nerve. You want out of this. Make a choice. Don't use me as an excuse.
Cinta.
No. She didn't tell me.
Let's get to the camp in one piece. You can all chew on it there. All of you. Move.
Damn, he let the cat out the bag. My Mothma rolling her lack. I don't know what this is, but it's a nice vehicle. Oh, dude, he is obsessed. He still got it. I think he's joining the Empire. He's going to leave his mom's house and he's going to join the Empire to go after Cassian. Because he feels like Cassian ruined his career.
Taramin's in charge now. Completely in charge. I need to know you understand that.
Where will you be?
If all goes well, we'll see you tomorrow night.
I need to hear you tell me you can follow the plan.
You won't have a problem with me.
Oh, Lutheran, we're back with Lutheran. Oh, okay, he's getting in contact with them. He's going to contact the team.
There's nothing else you can do, Luthen. They're either going to be okay out there or they're not.
What? That's a daring prediction.
Bel's the only one who traces back.
No. The thief, Andor. That wasn't careful.
You wanted this to happen. This is what it took. It's never going to be perfect.
I wanted it too much.
We have clients in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
They'll all be over this time tomorrow.
Will we just be starting?
Or will it just be starting?
Well, then.
I wonder if that's the end of the episode right there. I think that's how they're going to build it up to the, yeah, that's it. All right. Damn. I figured that was going to be the end of the episode because it's a nice little build up before we get the finale of this second part or second arc of this first season. So again, another slow burn for our second part of the second arc of this 12 episode season of Andor. And the reason why I phrased it that way is because as you can see, if any of you who've ever watched Clone Wars, you know that Clone Wars was done in segments and in arcs. So you had story arcs, and you know, you had your intro, your setup, and your payoff. Or sometimes they were 4-episode arcs. And I don't know if this is going to be a 4-episode arc, or if we're going to have a 4-episode arc in this series. I could see the last 4 episodes being its own story arc, just to get us to the finale for this season. So that is a possibility, as far as in my opinion, that what they may go with for this particular season. So obviously, and I didn't think we were going to get the payoff with the full heist being flushed out. I think they're going to save that for episode 6, which will take us to the halfway point of this season. Obviously, episode 6 is where we're going to get our full heist going down. I think it's going to be a full, complete episode on its own, more than likely action-packed. But obviously, in this particular episode, we got a lot of the setup. We got more time with our team to learn our team. Cassian has basically outed himself as a mercenary, and now the team has no choice but to accept it. It is something that seems like it could tear the team apart, but they seem to still be holding true, or holding tight to what they all came together for. Again, I think we are going to lose some people on this heist. We saw Val and the other lady in the group. They've gone off to do, I don't know what, God knows what. I'm sure they're going to be a big part of helping these guys infiltrate and get in to this facility and get to the money and the this craft that they're going to be using to steal the money and get out of there with. We also saw some time. We also took some time with Mon Mothma as well. We didn't get. I thought we would get that dinner with the senators. I think a lot of people anticipated that we would get that dinner with the senators and see some of the characters that we saw in the prequels. In particular, I forget the name of the character, unfortunately, but she is a ghostly, I believe it's a female, ghostly white, bald-headed, and she has white eyes as well. And she spent a lot of time right to the side of Palpatine in the prequels. Her name was one of the names on that list that Mon Mothma read off as she was looking at the guests who were attending this dinner that they were going to have. But we did not get an opportunity to see that dinner or that particular character. I wonder if that's a scene that was shot but didn't quite make it into the episode. We'll find out once they do the featurette at the end of the season, how it was made, type of deal. But we got a little more. We learned that Mon Mothma also has a daughter, or I believe that is her daughter. Her daughter doesn't seem to favor her mother as much. She seems to be more of a daddy's girl. And as Dad was nodding his head as daughter was mouthing off to Mon Mothma, she refused to help support her mother. I think she even alluded to that her mother, I don't know if she alluded to her mother helping the rebels or fighting against the Empire, but I think that comment that she made kind of loosely alluded to that. She even said, everyone knows, type of deal. So that was really interesting as well. It was a really cool conversation between one of the rebels and Cassian, where he was showing him the various tattoos on his body. And he knew that Cassian would know what those tattoos meant. And there were some name drops in that conversation that I recognized, but I really couldn't connect to exactly what they were talking about. But I'm sure on the Easter egg videos, when I make my rounds, that a lot of that information will get deciphered in that particular conversation. But that particular conversation was something that really caught my attention. Really, really good episode. I did enjoy this episode quite a bit. Again, it is a very slow burn, very character driven. We knew we were going to get a lot with these characters. We even spent a little time with Karn while he tries to figure out what his career goals are. The last time we saw him in this episode, he pulled up the hologram of Cassian Andor, letting us know that he has some kind of obsession or fixation on Andor, feeling that Andor basically ruined his career with the corporation. And I think this is going to lead him to join the Empire and basically find a way to go after Andor. If Deidre, the Imperial ISB officer, if Deidre is able to connect the dots and speak to Karn, it'll be interesting to see if she brings him on to her team somehow, and he'll be able to go after Andor in that way. So that may be a storyline that we may also see. Really, really enjoyable episode. I am enjoying this series immensely. It'll be interesting to see what the comments are for this next week. There obviously are some detractors for this series, calling it slow, boring, and I would understand that. We've had two consecutive episodes with no action in them whatsoever, for the exception of that TIE fighter that kind of ripped through their village right there, which was really an awesome scene, and I look forward to seeing a lot of reactions to that scene, because that was pretty nice. And that was about the limit of the action in this particular episode, and pretty much the limit to the tension in this episode. But I did feel that tension when that TIE fighter came along, and they thought it went away, and one of the girls was like, no, it hasn't gone away, and it came and ripped through their village just to let them know, hey, we're keeping an eye on you guys as well. I thought that was a really, really cool scene in this particular episode. But other than that, there was not a lot of action. There was a lot of exposition in this episode, a lot of discussion and backstory that we're getting on some of these characters that will more than likely fall during this heist. So what this series is doing, it's a character-driven series, and if that's something that you're not into, if you're more into action, this series is probably something that you would more than likely probably want to binge altogether, as opposed to watching it from week to week. Me, myself, I enjoyed the week to week because it allows us to discuss each episode in depth. And I'm going to go ahead and score this episode, and I'm going to give this episode a 8.0 out of 10. Again, not a lot of action. That's 2 weeks in a row where we didn't get a lot of action. But if we're going with the three-part story arc with this series, then we know that all of that action is going to come to us next week in episode 6. We also saw Lutheran being a little nervous, having some anxiety about this mission. You can see how important that this mission is, and that this mission goes off successfully in order for him to continue doing what he's been doing. So it was really, really interesting. One of the other things that I'm really enjoying about this particular series, and I'm sure this is going to be something that may bother others who are watching this series, but we are consistently bouncing around from each storyline, each character, and there are multiple storylines going on and multiple characters that we're having to deal with. I've had to keep a cheat sheet of some of the names of the characters. Deidre is definitely still on trying to get information in regards to that incident, as we saw with her assistant. They were working around the clock trying to figure out what's behind all of these thefts of Imperial weaponry and technology. So she's definitely putting all the pieces together, and really enjoyable episode. I enjoyed it a lot, guys, and I am enjoying this series, guys, so far, and I cannot wait for the payoff for episode 6 next week. So please do join me for next week's episode, because I think it's going to be an action-packed adventure. So let me know what your thoughts are in regards to this episode, guys, and I want to thank you so much for watching this reaction. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.